Hello, and welcome to Wrestling with Poetry, Kalamazoo, Michigan's premier wrestling and poetry podcast. I would like to start this show with a question that I received through email at wrestlingwithpoetry@gmail.com. This email says, Dear Wrestling with Poetry, listening to your wonderful podcast, I developed a couple of nagging questions. 1. In spite of the fact that much of what takes place in the wrestling ring is coordinated and controlled, it still seems inevitable that wrestlers get hurt, sometimes very badly. In dark times, I feel that, quote, fake being in pain until the pain becomes true, unquote, is a very American way of living, and that wrestling is a truly American sport for the above dispiriting reason. Your thoughts? 2. This seems like an obvious question, but can you think of any professional poets who were also professional wrestlers, or any wrestlers who wrote excellent poetry? Thanks, keep up the great work. Ted from Kentucky. I'll take these questions as they came. My thoughts about faking hurt until you actually become in pain. Here's my answer. Is wrestling an American sport by faking pain? I don't think wrestling is about faking pain, but wrestlers have to sell their moves for the performance to be vivid. The enemy of wrestling performance is ambiguity. People want to know who the good guy is and who the bad guy is. Now, I consider pro wrestling, very different from pretending to be sick. Like you say, fake the sickness until the sickness actually happens. I think what you are describing, faking sickness, which brings on sickness, that is, I believe, Munchausen syndrome. And this is different from what wrestlers do. You see, we can measure sickness with blood tests or psychological tests or x-rays. So, illness is real and we can measure it. But yes, wrestlers do get really injured, as do ballet dancers and football players and tennis players. The human body has its limits, and elite contests require excellent reflexes, which sometimes fail. But I think that, like I say, I think you're describing Munchausen syndrome, which is when a person fakes an illness in order to be cared for, or when they want to be the center of attention. I looked up, and according to the Scottish National Health Service website, the most common demographic for this disorder is white men from 30 to 50 years old, and they figure the occurrence of it at 1% of the patients. However, the National Library of Medicine website says that less than 1% of this, which is an American website, says that less than 1% of the population of patients is expected to have Munchausen, and that they are usually female with a history of having been abused, or having had trauma, or and this is an outdated term they use. They conflate Munchausen with borderline personality disorder. Like I say, that's an American website. So the syndrome is mostly female in the US and mostly male in Scotland. It's not a specifically American syndrome because the rate is consistent in both places, Scotland and the US. You could say that people most likely to have it, they might be the people who suffered the most disappointment. But I don't know. I'm out of my depth. I am not a trained mental health worker. I do know that Munchausen syndrome is also called facetious disorder. Yes, Ted, I can think of a professional wrestler who is also a great poet, and that is Leaping Lanny Poffo. And we will hear from him today. I hope you enjoy it. Lanny Mark Poffo, December 28th, 1954 to February 2nd. February 2nd? 2023, better known by his ring names Leaping Lanny Poffo and The Genius, was a Canadian-American professional wrestler, motivational speaker, poet, and actor. Poffo was a second-generation professional wrestler, his father being Angelo Poffo and his brother, the great Macho Man Randy Savage, who is also obviously a professional wrestler. During his life, Lanny Poffo published 2 collections of poetry. One was called Leaping Lanny, Wrestling with Rhyme, and the children's book of limericks entitled Limericks from the Heart and Lungs, which features poems of an anti-smoking theme. Please enjoy.
I am the genius, Lanny Poffo. That means an awful lot. Not only can I prove I am, but you can't prove I'm not. I speak 11 languages. Escuchen, por favor. Santana comes from Mexico. Yo hablo más mejor. The French I speak is magnifique. They told me in Paris. My Italian's molto bene. I learned when I was 3. I speak Latin, Greek, and Russian, Hebrew, and Portuguese. I speak Swedish and Norwegian, and I'm learning Japanese. Aside from my intelligence, I'm cunning as a rat, and I shall put these attributes to use upon the mat. I remind the competition and every wrestling fan, behold, the genius Lanny Poffo, the world's smartest man. Behold, the world's smartest man, so masculine and proud, the epitome of genius, amazingly endowed. A one-man wrestling renaissance, just let your heart rejoice and bathe in all the luxury of my poetic voice. The best of my competitors are so inferior, I far outthink their greatest thoughts with my posterior. And when the bell has sounded on my stunning victory, I'll view that messy spot where my opponent used to be. The aristocratic pleasure of inflicting so much pain gives rise to so much passion, it is bordered on insane. Although my verse may seem perverse to every foe and fan, I'm still the genius Lanny Poffo, the world's smartest man. I wear my cap and gown and destroy my competition, thus increasing my renown. Well, I don't mind your mixed reviews, I simply do not care. But when you call me stupid, that is totally unfair. I am the genius Lanny Poffo. You really should applaud. Instead, you cut me to the quick by calling me a fraud. Oh yes, those little sly remarks, they make me grind my teeth. There's evil on the surface, and there's poison underneath. But I'll be getting sweet revenge, yes, everyone will pay. For those who stoop to slander, I will make you rue the day. I'm planning some atrocities for every foe and fan. I am the genius Lanny Poffo, the world's smartest man.
And now, some promos from his brother, Macho Man Randy Savage. Please enjoy.
Come on in, if you would, please. Macho Man Randy Savage. I don't know if you could be happy about this or not. Honky Tonk becoming the new Intercontinental Champion, and all of a sudden, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat is not.
I'm delighted about it. Oh, yeah, congratulations. Let me throw my hand right through the video scope. Yeah, go on. Do your reign. Do your thing. But the Macho Man Randy Savage, yeah, understand that I got things in proper perspective now. Yeah, you're looking at the future of professional wrestling right now. You're looking at the future of the World Wrestling Federation. You're looking at the new World Heavyweight Champion. Let me repeat myself right there.
Wait.
I ain't repeating myself. Go ahead and tell me something right now. Yeah.
Wait a minute. You're telling me, Macho Man Randy Savage, that you're going to be the new heavyweight champion of the world? Don't you think Hulk Hogan's got a little to say about that?
Do you have something to say about it, Hulk Hogan? Do you have something to say to the Macho Man Randy Savage? Speak your piece right now. I don't hear nothing. No, I don't hear nothing. In fact, I don't think there's nothing that he can say.
I don't believe he's here.
Oh, he's not here. That's too bad, yeah. But when you, man, meet me in the ring for the World Heavyweight Championship belt, let me tell you what's going to happen. No promises, just guarantees. The Macho Man Randy Savage is going to win the World Heavyweight Championship belt around my waist. Yeah,
you know,
it's a fact.
You know, for you to become a champion of one sort or another here in the near future, I wonder, Macho Man, would that guarantee that I'd be seeing Elizabeth back during these interview sessions?
Nothing's a guarantee, no. I'm on my way now, doing things my way, yeah. And when I'm the World Heavyweight Champion, I am going to continue to do things my own way. Hulk Hogan, yeah, the inevitable. The inevitable is that I got your number, and your number is 2, yeah. And you're looking at number 1. Don't lose your money, man. Get on my good side right now, because you're looking at the World
I always thought I was on your...
You're not on my good side. No, the Macho Madness bandwagon is going on and on and on and on. And Hulkamania is, yeah, down here.
Wait a minute.
Surpassed by Macho Madness. And that's something that everybody's going to have to accept.
Randy, I'm getting some bad information because in private conversations I've had with Elizabeth in regards to her tennis game, she has told me that you think very highly of me.
Don't worry about nothing. No personalities come into effect right now because you're looking at the new World Heavyweight Champion. Yeah, Hulk Hogan. How do you like that?
Here is a man that has not only turned it around 180 degrees,
180 degrees.
but he's gone another 360 and then...
360.
And then another 180.
My curiosity is killing me just like a cat would be killed. The curiosity, yeah.
I know a gentleman that's going to be a big part of an upcoming card is this man. What was that? Macho Man Randy Savage?
Happened so fast you can't even talk about it. Lucky person, yeah, out there somewhere is going to win a silver cloud. What a lucky, lucky, lucky person. And Tito Santana, if you go to the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship bout with the Macho Man Randy Savage and escape with your life and still lose your belt, you are a lucky, lucky, lucky Tito. Yeah, that's what they're going to be calling you. Because comparatively speaking to the Macho Man Randy Savage, you are nothing but garbage, yeah. Nothing but garbage, Guyana. And I'm talking inevitable, and I'm talking you can't hold that belt with me climbing through the ropes. Gene Okerling right here is a crying towel. And I want you to give that to Tito Santana. Yeah, because things are just popping right now. Things are starting to cultivate. Things are starting to grow. Things are getting real colorful.
Look at that roll.
Just like the Silver Cloud Rolls Royce.
I'm very
Top
curious.
of the line.
Wait a minute. Randy.
Tito Santana, comparatively speaking, you are like a grain of sand in the Sahara Desert. Yeah, and I am the entire desert.
Thank you, Macho Man. You are still loved. Events this week. There is still time to see Independence Pro Wrestling. Independence Pro Wrestling returns to Lansing, Michigan at Royal Scott. That is in Lansing, Michigan on Saturday, October 28th. IPW will host the 4th annual Halloween celebration, Grave Danger. Doors open at 6 p.m. The match begins at 7. Royal Scott is located at 4722 West Grand River Avenue in Lansing, Michigan. This Thursday, October 26th, Satellite Records will be having their open mic starting at 5:30 p.m. Bring your poems, songs, raps, etc. Satellite Records is at 808 South West Edge Avenue in beautiful Kalamazoo, Michigan.